And again, it's not that you suck at messaging. It's not that your communication is bad. It's your vision is too big. How to reconcile your big vision with the big profit. You often hear this statement, it is not your offer, it is your messaging. What I'm seeing a lot of with leadership coaches, with mission-driven entrepreneurs, with people who are on this big mission and more associate with Moses marketer archetype, is that it's not that your messaging sucks. It's not that your messaging is bad or not sufficient or not sophisticated enough. Is that you need to translate your messaging to the right level of awareness of your audience so they can recognize it and hear you loud and clear. If you're new to me, my name is Eugene Brezin. If you're new to Marketer Archetypes, a couple of episodes ago, I started introducing Marketer Archetypes. So how the whole concept came to life. I have background in clinical psychology and therapy. I was a therapist for 12 years. I'm a former clinical psychologist. I don't practice right now, and I don't have clinical license. But based on my clinical experience and also coaching a lot of business clients in expert-based businesses, coaches, therapists, consultants, strategists, I identify 5 archetypes or 5 personality traits that translate specifically for service-based entrepreneurs, specifically for coaches, specifically for consultants, specifically for subject matter experts. So last week we talked about Solomon archetype, very powerful archetype, has no problem with content. If you missed it, it's on my channel and it's on my podcast. Today we're going to talk about Moses Archetype. And Moses Archetype, it is a visionary leader who is on the mission with the great mission, trailblazer, a lot of innovative ideas, a lot of fresh new downloads. And they're here to they could lead a country. They could lead a company. They got into entrepreneurship not necessarily to make a lot of money, even though, yes, we all want to make money, but they got into entrepreneurship because they want to change the world in one way or another, because they have something bigger than themselves. And it's very much associated with biblical story, and even though this not necessarily religious program, but if you look at the traditional religious biblical story of Moses, he is a leader. He has a great download to lead people of Israel to the promised land. And you, as a leadership coach, as a subject matter expert, you have that vision of that promised land for your audience. You can see that very clearly. If you look at the story of Moses, he went to the people of Israel, and it was not easy for them. So messaging, communicating the promised land, that clear, big vision to your audience, it is something that you struggle with. And Moses, if you look at the character, he struggled with communication. That's why he had a lot of support. And listen, you can do everything yourself. You can try every single methodology yourself, but it is essential as a leader, because you have a big vision, it is important to recognize when to lean into the support. So, for example, Moses, he leaned into Aaron's support. Aaron was that person who communicated his message to the people of Israel. Moses was the messenger. He had the download, and Aaron translated that message. And Moses also had one-on-one advisor, Jethro, his father-in-law, who advised him to actually start delegating his responsibility. Again, you are on the mission. You are on the mission, and you think that you are irreplaceable. You think that you have to do everything yourself, and then it's not true. So, what kind of support big leaders, big visionaries need? First of all, support with your communication. And again, it's not that you suck at messaging. It's not that your communication is bad. It's your vision is too big. Your vision is too big. And you need somebody who will narrow it down and help you to translate, help you to expand that zone of genius. Your zone of genius is to lead. You don't need help with that. It's already there. You can lead a country, a company, a person, people. You have the vision of the promised land. What you need right now is actually help to translate and convert that message in a concise, clear message so your people can understand. So people who are problem unaware become aware of the problem that they have. People who are aware of the problem so they can see your solution as the solution. And people who know you, who are aware of your brand, can actually start working with you. That's the pathway. That's the pathway. Also, from the psychological standpoint, I think it is important to recognize that you carry a lot of weight. Entrepreneurship is a lot of weight. It's a lot of emotional weight. It's a lot of stress, and it's important to have a space for yourself to process those emotions. And it's important to have the right support in place. Because this is why I say that if you compare other archetypes, let's say Solomon, he is, in that archetype, they are really good at marketing. They're really good at messaging. They just have tendency to overextend themselves. And they need to lean into support how they can balance it out, or they need help with conversion. Like when they land a lot of leads, they need help with converting. Moses, on the other hand, because you have such a great vision and it can be so profitable, you need support with creating space for yourself, recognizing your emotions, recognizing your emotional ups and downs. Because also, if you remember the story of Moses, it was a lot of ups and downs for him. And because your vision is so big, because you are creating legacy. And here's the thing. You want your legacy to appear today. You don't want to work for 40 years to your legacy. You want to appear today. But Moses, he was leading the people of Israel for 40 years, and he could not enter the promised land. He led them there, he saw the promised land, and he passed away. Again, it sounds morbid a little bit. I'm not saying that it will happen to you, but you get the point that because you have a big vision, and it's not going to happen overnight. You are creating a legacy. For a lot of you, after your name will be named programs, will be named methodologies, people will mention you in some sort of literature that, hey, this person mentioned this, and that, because you have a great vision. But a lot of visionaries, they didn't see that output right immediately. It took time. So now, let's talk. Also, a lot of people with this archetype, they struggle with practical steps of articulating their messaging. And this is what I mean by that. Social media. Understanding your social media channel. What is the social media channel? And I would say for Moses, for people on the big vision, on the big mission, I would say LinkedIn would be really good platform. Again, depends what you sell. Instagram, you can get frustrated with Instagram because you don't have time for that. You have such a big vision, and because it also takes time. Instagram mailman, like it will take time for you to build that community, to build that bigger community on Instagram, because your messaging and your message and your mission is not for quick dopamine hit for your audience. You're driving deep. So the platforms that you will benefit is long form content for sure. For feeding your long form content, such as podcasts or YouTube, I would say a platform where you can have a conversation and community building, like such as LinkedIn. I would not discard Instagram at all, but people, you want to find serious people. So for like content format, it is long form content, absolutely. It's your podcast, it's your YouTube. I worked with one client who had a lot of representation of Moses Archetype, big vision, great offer, high price point, $10,000. And a lot of clients that I work with, they have offers between $5,000 to $10,000. And the struggle was the destination. Where would people go and spend time with you? You have big vision. You can communicate your big vision in a short post, in a short video, in a short bite-sized content. It is a bridge and invitation for your podcast or for your YouTube channel. But in order for you to communicate big vision and big mission that you're on, you must be on the long form content. And I understand you might be thinking like, well, it may be not something that I'm comfortable with. It is where you expand your zone of genius, because you have a great message, you have a great vision. And if you have a great message and you have a great mission, it is like it is you're pre-qualified for long form content. Period. So another support that Moses might need is actually personalized consulting, mentorship, or coaching. Not just group coaching, but also have a trusted advisor. Like Moses had Jethro. Moses had Aaron. Moses had a lot of people in his close circle that he could rely on. Because listen, you hold a lot of responsibilities. You need somebody to hold that space for you, so you can express and feel your emotions, feel your feelings, and also a safe person who can guide you through those feelings. And that is essential. And a lot of the time, it is a team. It is a therapist, it is a coach, and is an advisor. Right? A lot of the time you work with multiple people, and that's okay. So, if you're curious what is your archetype, I created an assessment. It is in the description box for this video. I'm super curious, what is your marketer archetype, and how it resonate with you? Definitely let me know. And also, if you're looking for support with your messaging, with your business, and you're looking for the support to leverage your zone of genius and how to connect your messaging, your expertise with your zone of genius, I have a private mentorship program open for you. Again, the form to apply for private mentorship program with me is in the description. Fill out the form. Also, like when you do your marketer archetypes, there's an option to book a call with me. You can book a call with me there as well. And I highly recommend you to actually do the assessment first and see what resonates with you, because I'm super curious. So all of the resources in the description for this episode, and I will see you in the next episode. And in the next episode, we're going to talk about Lilith, and it's fun archetype. I can't wait to see you.